one, and it will be Asia Patrick in the backcourt, Chelsea Wiley, Jaleesa Caldwell, Danae Daniels, and then Asia Kelly in the front court. Meanwhile, Ohio State, their outstanding point guard, Samantha Perhalis, Taylor Hill, Brittany Johnson, and then up front, Ashley Adams and Jantel Lavender. Jim Foster's done a remarkable job, 9th year at Ohio State. Trey Wingo mentioned they have won 9 in a row, and he said they are playing by far their best basketball. And for Joy Williams, she is in her 4th season as the head coach at UCF. They won 11 straight, and overall, the school's 4th NCAA appearance.
Interesting to see how UCF will offset the tremendous size advantage that Ohio State enjoys.
And Perhalis controls immediately. And again, you look for Ohio State to establish Jantel Lavender down low. And they go right to her. Left hand won't go, but an offensive rebound. And then underneath, oh, they get a foul. And that underneath will be on Aisha Kelly.
On Aisha Kelly, her first, team foul number 1.
So Ohio State right there going with a little misdirection to get Lavender on the post by herself. So UCF going to really have to help defensively and scramble to try to limit Lavender's opportunities at the basket.
One of the things that's hard is Lavender is a handful for any team, but this is a UCF team that is really undersized. Underneath, and they get Perhalis on the foul.
Yeah, they're going to, UCF's going to have to really hope that Ohio State has an off night offensively. They're going to have to jam the paint area and force outside jumpers if they're going to be successful, because if Lavender gets her touches in the post area, it'll be a long day for UCF.
9 straight NCAA appearances for the Buckeyes, and right there, it's Aisha Kelly with a triple.
Nice kick out that time. Good ball rotation. UCF using their quickness in that possession.
Ohio State began the year ranked in the top 10 and then had a tough stretch, went 5-8. They've gotten things ironed out. And underneath, Jantel Lavender using the glass, her first 2.
And she let out a little yell there. Give me the rock. And why not?
Turnover there, Ohio State basketball. And Joy Williams. Obviously, Jantel Lavender is a concern. What else defensively should she be concerned about?
Well, you want to cut down the dribble penetration of Samantha Perhalis. She is a wizard with the basketball. One of the best assist players in the nation.
Good cut to the goal and one. Brittany Johnson will go to the line and a chance at a 3-point play.
Ohio State taking advantage of the denial defense that time by Chelsea Wiley. Got caught on the high side, and Brittany Johnson, nice job of cutting back door.
And a very nice pass from the high post out of Ashley Adams, Ohio State's other post player.
Ashley Adams has a special feel for the game. What a luxury for her to play alongside Lavender.
Daniels at the rim using the left hand. That's good.
Daniels not bothered by the size inside of Ohio State.
Lavender couldn't hit, and that one is out of bounds, Ohio State basketball. She's had a couple of in-close looks and hasn't been able to convert.
And I think people underestimate how fast Jantel Lavender is. Runs the floor as well as any post player in the nation.
Lost that one. It's a turnover, and it is Central Florida basketball. Tied at 5, just getting started. Winner of this one takes on the 5 seed Georgia Tech, who advanced earlier today by beating Bowling Green here at St. John Arena. And a double dribble.
Jordan Williams cannot be pleased with that. We saw her in practice yesterday really stressing, handling the basketball, not beating themselves. It's a tall task to try to beat Ohio State here in St. John's Arena when you're on top of the game, let alone careless turnovers.
Lavender feed inside. Adams couldn't get it to go, but Taylor Hill rebound, feed inside. That quickly they get the bucket.
Well, it's a team that really likes to play with one another. You see how fast the basketball moves.
Kelly drills a three. And Aisha Kelly with that triple. UCF back out in front.
UCF striking quickly, John. Not necessarily waiting to set up offensively, but Ohio State a little lackadaisical defensively early.
Morales can't hit. Guess who? Offensive rebound and put back for Lavender.
So quick and crafty along the baseline as Jantel Lavender understands how to get positioning on for the offensive rebound attempts.
That went way off the mark, but Jaleesa Caldwell tracks down the board. Danae Daniels trying to use that quickness advantage. And an offensive rebound for Central Florida, and Caldwell with the bucket.
I'll tell you what, Aisha Kelly did a really good job of boxing out that time. Allowing Caldwell to come in and get that rebound.
Danae Daniels on the move, lays it in. They get the travel, no basket. Timeout here in Columbus, UCF by a point.
Going out early, a couple dribble drives, and they're doing a good job of making Jantel Lavender work for her possessions. She's 2 of 4 right now. She's had to go to the offensive glass to be able to score, so the smaller Knights doing a good job defensively.
Morales couldn't get it to go, but knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Ohio State.
UCF will zone the inbounds here defensively.
Adams underneath, couldn't hit. Ohio State early on has had a number of close looks at the basket.
I like UCF's approach here. When they get the defensive rebound, they're looking to push and trying to take advantage of their quickness for early opportunities in the shot clock.
Wiley at the rim, and Lavender the rebound. Kick up ahead, and Taylor Hill lays it in.
Nice job by Taylor Hill. All defensive team Big Ten this year. And highly, highly touted player out of the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. She doesn't have to carry the load. She's got tremendous players alongside her.
And there's Hill with the board. Yeah, Hill has started every game but one since arriving on campus here at Ohio State. Lavender inside, gets it to go. 6 for Jantel Lavender, who averages just a shade under 23.
You see they're trying to shake off a little pain there in the wrist area.
Wiley's jumper wouldn't go, but Danae Daniels, good rebounder, and the putback.
Danae Daniels.
Danae Daniels went right at Lavender. Would not be denied that trip.
Brittany Johnson, top three-point shooter on the team. Career 42%, and buries that one.
You think you have Ohio State bottled up, and then the jumper, Hill gets a layup, Lavender posts up. There's just a lot of ways they can attack you offensively.
Well, collision underneath, but no call. And in close, Kelly had a look at it. And then they get the foul.
Watch how far Gentile is able to put that ball across half court. And all Taylor Hill has to do is catch and score. That's a powerful move on the block. Feels the defense. Goes away off glass. Gentile Lavender showing you a little bit of everything early.
Spot-on accurate baseball pass from Lavender that led to the hoop. Alice taking the feed from Adams. Alice spins it home.
I don't think there's another player in America that has more flair to her game. But it's not just flair, there's a lot of substance as well, but she looks pretty doing it.
Out of bounds, and it's Ohio State basketball. NCAA Division I basketball championship presented by Capital One ESPN2 today. There's some of the games you get a chance to see for Eastern ESPN2, including Temple, Arizona State, Gonzaga, and Iowa. Three-pointer there, and all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game and a timeout taken by UCF.
Second time in a row, Brittany Johnson has found herself alone on the right corner. And good recognition by Hallis to find her. UCF scrambling defensively, but no one picks up Brittany there in the corner. I mean, she's wide open. That's the second time. Joy Williams going to have to try to correct that for UCF.
Oh, we mentioned Jim Foster with so many options. Of course, option number one down low, Gentile Lavender. NCAA active scoring leaders, number one, Maya Moore. But Gentile Lavender is number two, followed by Dawn Evans at James Madison. Lavender 4 times the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Her statistical dominance and the production that she's enjoyed here at Ohio State, she's going to go down as one of the best players to ever play college basketball. I mean, the hardware that she has, she needs another wing in her place to score all the accolades that she's accomplished over her career.
Scored in double figures every game of her college career. Lavender. Hallis refeeds the post. And Lavender wanted the foul as Erica Jones was guarding her.
I like the patience, though, between her and Perhalis. She was allowed to repost and then get the ball back.
Daniels underneath, wouldn't go. Lavender the rebound and finds Perhalis. And then that pass intercepted by Javinia Carter. And an air ball out of bounds, Ohio State basketball. Gentile Lavender at Ohio State by 7.
Lavender takes her time, lets the defense space away, takes the defender under the basket so she can get good offensive rebounding position, and then she's not waiting on anybody that time. Just goes baseline off glass. Gentile Lavender, tremendous career here at Ohio State.
And that streak mentioned earlier includes every game of her college career. Steven, overall, this Ohio State offense, 9 field goals, 6 assists. Doing a great job sharing the ball.
You know, when you have those kind of numbers and you don't have to create off the bounce, just puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Lavender from just beyond the free throw line. 8 points now.
We're not the second active leading scorer in the nation without having a number of ways to score the basketball. Face-up jumpers, post up, running the floor, offensive rebounds. Lavender can do it all.
3 right there, and that's from Aisha Kelly.
I'm impressed with UCF here early. They're hanging tough. Playing loose and aggressive. Tough task to come in here to St. John Arena. I had Lav on my dome there the first time I said that.
Lavender with 10, and the streak continues. 134 in a row in double figures. UCF comes in having won 11 in a row. Ohio State 9 straight. Good feed underneath, and Erica Jones point blank couldn't hit. Folks, the NCAA Wrestling Championships conclude tonight in Philadelphia. Catch the finals at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN3.com. For more info on this event and the Women's Basketball Championship, go to NCAA.com, the home for all 88 NCAA championships. So much stuff going on right now. The men's tournament, the women's tournament. We mentioned John Buccigross and company will have the hockey field, the men's ice hockey tournament set tomorrow. You got lacrosse going on. And wrestling tonight.
Aisha Kelly, again, being very aggressive and getting to the bucket.
Lavender long on that jumper. They are not wasting any time. Into the lane, and Caldwell uses the glass. Good penetration there.
Joy Williams has recognized that Ohio State is having a hard time guarding dribble penetration man-to-man, especially their bigs. And so anytime Jantel Lavender is on the perimeter guarding either Asia Kelly or Danae Daniels, they'll put the ball on the deck and try to get all the way to the rim, trying to challenge the notion that Ohio State has a shot-blocking presence at the rim.
Caldwell couldn't hit. Lavender with the rebound, and they get a foul underneath on Danae Daniels.
Take a look at the Knights, John, and what they're doing here. Jaleesa Caldwell sizes her defender up, Martina Ellerby, and there's just no comparison in terms of foot speed. Jaleesa Caldwell making it happen.
Danae Daniels will take a seat. Jaleesa Caldwell with that bucket. She was the Conference USA tourney MVP. She had 27 points and 12 rebounds in that championship game. And she's got 4 in this one. Schulze cross-court pass. For Hallis, nice crossover, feed underneath. And they get Amber Stokes with that bucket.
Amber Stokes, daughter of Ohio State standout Ronnie Stokes.
Nate Carter charged with the offensive foul, or under 8 timeout here in Columbus.
Well, right here you'll see Brittany Johnson and Jantel Lavender. They have their back to the basketball. Their players will clear out, allowing Jaleesa Caldwell the open penetration. And this is what UCF has done very well in the first half. Spread the paint area, remove Jantel Lavender and a shot blocking presence, and attack off the bounce. The Knights doing a very good job of that so far.
Hallis had it poked away there by Carter. And they get a double dribble.
Carter, excellent defense. This guy going a little too fast. You don't see that a lot for Hallis. She's very sure-handed with the basketball.
Off the bounce, a little bit out of control there by Taylor Hill.
It almost looked like Jim Foster had a set play to get Taylor Hill to do the same thing that UCF has been doing to Ohio State. But the Knight defenders were in the paint area and closed the dribble penetration down.
Wiley launches a 3. And the rebound pulled down by Leah Page.
UCF showing a lot of activity in pursuit of the basketball.
Left-hand shot wouldn't go. Kick up ahead for Hallis. And Hallis is fouled. She will shoot 2. Women's Basketball Championship presented by Capital One continues tonight, 6:30 Eastern. We'll see Utah, Notre Dame, others Montana and UCLA, Hampton, Kentucky, and UC Davis against the 1 seed Stanford.
Stanford. Maybe on a crash course with UConn once again. That classic early in the season out at Stanford where they were able to beat UConn and end that streak.
I believe, was that New Year's Eve? Maybe the day before New Year's Eve that they ended UConn's win streak. Our game here in Columbus, it's Ohio State by 7. John Shambi, Stephen Bardo. Earlier today, Georgia Tech will win over Bowling Green. They await the winner of this one.
That was a tough look. Under duress, off the bounce.
That is quick and great ball movement.
Taylor Hill. You understand why they're so high on this young lady. She was faster than Samantha Pahalis, and Taylor Hill was handling the basketball.
There's Hill with the takeaway. Up to Pahalis. Lays it in. Man. Timeout UCF. Transition for Ohio State has just been brilliant.
Well, Taylor Hill wastes no time getting up the floor. Straight line to the bucket. Nice bounce pass, and then that's why she's on the all-defensive team in the Big Ten. Able to come up with the steal, and yet again, another pass. So all Samantha has to do is catch and finish.
Now, if you're Jim Foster, what are you telling your team right now? I mean, sharing the ball well offensively. The lead is up to 11. What, just keep it on them?
Well, and I think Ohio State has to concentrate on limiting that dribble penetration that UCF was enjoying here a few minutes ago.
And again, the Knights have been very aggressive on the offensive end. For the most part, not running the shot clock down. Here they are taking some time off the clock. And on the baseline, a foul.
Ohio State foul, number 40.
Brittany Johnson charged with that. And that is her first team foul, number 2 on Ohio State.
Jim Foster brings Brittany Johnson over to explain to her, one, you're bailing the young lady out. Asia Patrick, you're bailing her out. She's in a tough position, shot clock running down. And with Brittany fouling her, that was the best case scenario for the Knights.
We saw Jaleesa Caldwell go to the bench. She may have been limping a little bit. And again, they need her so brilliant in the Conference USA Championship game. Brittany Johnson had a great look at it, couldn't hit. And now Asia Patrick. Three wouldn't go. Jantel Lavender, rebound. And then Ohio State collects it in the front court.
The only problem with UCF offensively, they have poor defensive rotation. And Ohio State is now starting to take advantage of that with some runouts. Got to have balance defensively. Back rotation. If the point guard shoots, the off guard is responsible for getting back.
Jumper there by Allison Jackson.
Ohio State with the embarrassment of riches. Allison Jackson coming off the bench from the storied Fenwick program out of Chicago, Illinois. What a luxury to bring a talented wing player like Allison off the bench.
Ohio State has gotten scoring from 7 different players already. Wow, is that deep? And off the glass and good for Nate Carter.
And they will swear I meant to do that. She said she called that one as soon as she let it go.
8-point game, under 4 to go. Perhalis uses the bounce, and the rebound, Erica Jones.
So UCF, they're a little unpredictable. They'll shoot, like you said before, John, they'll shoot quickly.
Inside, Lavender is fouled, and they get Chelsea Wiley on that foul. Field here in 2011, the biggest school, Arizona State by enrollment, 58,000, but just behind University of Central Florida, then Ohio State, then Texas. Back to UCF for a second. You know, you think about all the success that the University of Florida has had and Florida State, but the biggest state school in Florida is not either of those. It's this school, Central Florida.
It's amazing what they've been able to do in the last 20 years. Right there in Orlando, and beautiful basketball facility that they have now. And, you know, there's serious competition in the Sunshine State. South Florida's come on as a football power in the Big East, and Central Florida flexing their muscles as well.
Yeah, new facilities in both football and basketball. Lavender underneath, fading away and uses the glass.
Great illustration of her hands, her ability to catch the ball. She's moving backwards, catching, put it on the deck. It's a young lady that's 6'4", that's graceful.
And underneath there, it's Kelly with the bucket. Team now for Aisha Kelly.
Taylor Hill and Samantha Perhalis really work well together as a tandem. It's almost they're in tandem with each other in the half-court set, and they find one another very easily.
Caldwell, jumper. Lavender, the rebound, and then the outlet. Perhalis, Johnson a 3. How's that for a combo? They move the ball so well.
Hey, Samantha Perhalis, we talked about her having flair to her game. Between the legs, drop-off pass. Samantha getting funky here in Columbus early.
Good cut to the goal, but Nate Carter just couldn't finish. Behind the back, Perhalis. And the no-look off the hands of Lavender, out of bounds, a turnover.
Samantha Perhalis, because I've been messing her last name up, giving it